How's it going, everyone? It's Sam. Today I want to talk to you about some of the top cryptocurrencies to buy in December. And of course, these are cryptos that I think have a lot of potential. They're cryptos that I have money in. There are a couple honorable mentions on this list too, which we'll get to towards the end. But I feel like so many of these cryptos are going to be explosive. Now, obviously, I'm not going to be able to pick out every single one of the best gainers for the month of December, but I have put my money where my mouth is with these cryptos and have been putting my money into them as recently as just over the last few days. Now, there are cryptos that I think are great cryptos to hold that are not on this list. One, for example, just off the top of my head, is BNB. It's not going to be on the list today, but I think it is a great crypto for most people to hold because it is just a very stable blue chip. But these cryptos, I think, have big catalysts in December or before next year that put them ahead of the rest. So this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not a crypto analyst or a stock analyst, but I have been able to make a good amount of money on some of these cryptos here today. And I'll tell you when I've been buying them, what I see, when I see a good time to buy. Now, before we even start, I should say I'm very well diversified. I like to diversify a lot, and if you are going to go all into one of these cryptos, just know you can get wrecked, right? You can do that. You might get a higher return, but also you might have it dip on you, and then you might be stuck trying to continuously invest more and more and lower your cost basis. So if you're new to the game, if you're new to the crypto investing game, I suggest diversifying. A couple things before we get started here. I am going to start with some of the highest potential cryptos first. Then we'll go down the list, down the line into more stable cryptos that you've probably heard of, but some of these ones at the beginning you might not have heard of. I do want to give a quick scam alert. So I saw this on my video here today. I was just reviewing it before I posted it, and I saw this huge amount of people watching this scam MicroStrategy stream. And I know that a lot of us are new into cryptocurrency. This is a scam. MicroStrategy did not have a live stream, but they had 23,000 people watching this fake stream that tries to get you to send them your crypto. So don't follow that. Tell everyone you know that's new to the crypto game not to do that. If you get emails from Binance about how you need to verify your account, and then you click on the email and it looks like a weird email, don't click it. Like, always go into the app first before you do anything on your apps. I just wanted to throw that out there because I know a lot of people get scammed. Also, in case you guys want, there is a link underneath to the Patreon. A lot of the cryptos I talked about here today, I've gotten 2, 3, 4, 5 X's on, and I've been buying them in the Patreon. So there aren't an unlimited number of spots in the Patreon. There are only so many left. So if you guys want, you can check out that link. We were able to get in really early on Matterport. Sometimes stocks don't move for months or cryptos don't move for months. Then all of a sudden they double out of nowhere. And that's what happened with Matterport. I was buying a lot in the $13, $14, $15 range, and now it's in here at $33.20. So I was able to load up. It became one of my highest, one of my top stocks just because it doubled pretty much over the last month or two. And that is something that you can get in the Patreon. Someone said recently, hey, I don't think you really need to join the Patreon. I think you can get everything on YouTube if you want. Certain things are time sensitive, and if you're not able to watch an 8 or 9 minute video, like when we bought Mana or Decentraland, I think it was a 9 or 10 minute video. By the time I made it, it had already gone up 30 or 40%, and from there it doubled, tripled, quadrupled. So definitely check out the link underneath the video to Patreon. There I give updates every single day, multiple times a day. So definitely check that out. And one other thing, I am not including stablecoin on this list, but I do think stablecoin is a super important thing to have. If you don't know what it is, it's just tied to the US dollar. And there is a link underneath the video to put some on BlockFi. So they'll give you up to $250 worth of bonus when you sign up, and they'll give you up to 9.5% interest on your stablecoin. I do always keep cash ready in case there is some kind of a dip. So I think you should definitely check out the link underneath the video. Now, on to the first crypto. I've talked long enough. We talked about the market. Recently, we've seen some dips in the market, some fear in the market, but things are looking up, and I think we're gonna get to a great December. Now, the first crypto on this list is Donkey. So I've actually talked about Donkey for, I want to say, a couple months now. And I talked about it as recently as a few days ago when it was around 50 or 60 cents. I talked about my secret to passive income that your bank doesn't want you to know. And I've been buying Donkey, getting Donkey over the last couple months. It was very inexpensive, and now it is taking off. So it's actually over $1.10 now. Rand from Crypto Banter talked about it recently, and it pumped up the price, but it's a very small cap crypto, and I think it's a great one to hold. So I actually hold a decent amount in Donkey, and I'll make another full video on this here soon. But if you hold Donkey, the small cap crypto, it's like $30 million worth. Again, we're starting with the really riskier stuff, and then we're moving down the line to safer stuff. You can actually put different cryptos on their website, on their DApp, and you can actually get Donkey rewards. So I get 50% APY. So I have 5,000 Don stake, so that's about $5,000, maybe $6,000 worth. And every single day I get more Don rewards. So I put Cake on here, I put BUSD, I put wrapped BNB, about $1,000 of each. And every single day I get Donkey. You can check out that last video. I'll put that one on the end screen if you're interested in learning how I do this. But Donkey, I think, is the first one on the list that you have to take a look at because it is such a small cap, and a lot of the big YouTube creators were early investors, like Rand from Crypto Banter, like Alex Becker. So definitely check that one out. I've worked with them before. I've done videos for them as a sponsor, but I really like them. I hold onto them myself, and I plan on putting a lot more onto their platform here soon. So the next one is Phantasma. So I bought this around $1.30 or so. This is a layer one. And it's been really stuck in this range of about $2.50 to about $3.40 recently. So you can see it pumped up a lot pretty recently after Meta and Facebook, the big Facebook Meta name change. It kind of pumped up, and we were able to buy around 130. It fell back down a couple times into the 150, 160 range. But over the last week, even when we saw peak fear in the market, we only saw the price go down to about $2.50 or $2.60. Now, I think that this is a great one to hold for the future of NFT gaming or play to earn gaming because we don't know who's going to be the winner. But Phantasma is taking a bet on the whole crypto industry and the whole play to earn industry, but it's not betting on a specific game. That's what I like about it so much. So they make smart NFTs. Smart NFTs can allow you to do all kinds of things. I've done full videos on Phantasma before, but they can let you time lock NFTs. They can let you hide some parts of the NFTs. They can do all kinds of things that give you a lot more flexibility as a developer. Now, I think in this 250, 260 range, I think that is pretty much the floor unless we see Bitcoin fall down to 50,000 and there's panic in the market. I think 250 is a good range. A lot of people are still buying these metaverse cryptos and these play to earn cryptos even when the market falls, and that's why we see a dip in everything. And these small cap cryptos like Phantasma that's only 300 million didn't dip all that much. And we still see a lot of bullish momentum. It looks like it just is having a hard time breaking about 340 or so, but is nearly at all-time highs. And I think even here, we could easily see a 3, 5, 10x for the end of the year, assuming Bitcoin really does get to $100,000 or so over the coming months. So I definitely think it is worth buying into. One other small cap that I have is Memer Tokens. But Memer Token is trying to create the first quiz game that has play to earn aspects with their own token. So they just had a couple of their first quizzes, and they do live quizzes. You can actually play it on your web browser, but they are coming to the App Store and Google Play Store. So they said this was actually going to be available in November. So the fact is, in December, it probably should be rolled out because it is the very end of November. And they are still working out some kinks, but they are working with some big creators in the space too to get more and more attention on them. And this includes Cryptos R Us, BitBoy Crypto, myself, Crypto Stash. And I think if they can pull this off, even if they have 50,000 users or something like that, that's going to be a lot of money flowing through the system. And I think their token will go up dramatically. Right now, it's only $1.37. It's at an $11 million market cap. So I think it would push up drastically if they really do what they want to do. Then Block Ape Scissors, another one that I've talked about before. It's another play to earn game. This is really the end, I believe, of the play to earn games, but they are backed by Binance. So they were able to get into the incubation program, which only allows 9 projects of 600 that applied. And this will be announced. This was announced about a week ago that they got in there, but The winner of it will be announced in about 8 weeks. So this is a good time to pick it up if there are dips in the market. Now, if they don't come out of this with the being the winner of the Binance Smart Chain incubator program, that's not the end of the line for Block Ape Scissors. But I think if they do win it, it will spike in price drastically. Now, they have already gone up a decent amount recently. You can see they're around 8 cents. Now they've 20x'd recently, but still a relatively small market cap, under 100 million. Now, nothing like Memer, but that shows you really what something like Memer can do. If they do get up even to Block Ape Scissors price, they'll be about 7 or 8x. So from there, let's get into some of these safer tokens. Over $1 billion market cap, we have Voyager. So VGX is a token that I really like. I hold a good amount, and I love it because it has utility. So if you have the Voyager app and you hold enough Voyager tokens, you can get extra income or extra interest from other holdings like Bitcoin, Ethereum, and stablecoin. Now, this has spiked in price. This has been an interesting one to hold because it's gone up, gone down, gone up, gone down, and it just seems to trade in this range of about $1.50 to about $7. And it's just traded there. I realize that that's a broad range, but it just consistently goes up and down. But I love it so much because of the utility it holds. And as long as the overall Voyager app grows, the price should grow over time. It might fluctuate a lot, but there are going to be more people that are fighting over the same amount of tokens. Now, they do make the supply a little bit bigger every single year because they do give you tokens just for holding it too. They give you 7% interest, but they are being split between more platforms now because they just got on Coinbase too. So $1.2 billion market cap. When you compare this to a lot of the other cryptos, like Crypto.com, BNB, FTX token, it's much smaller. So Crypto.com is about $18 billion. FTX is about $7 billion. So they will continue to grow in my mind. Now, from there, we can get into even some of the bigger caps from there. But let's look over here at some of the metaverse. So I think Decentraland is one of the top metaverse cryptos. I think you do need some kind of metaverse crypto because people will be going into Facebook and then they'll realize that they don't want the ads, they don't want Facebook to take all their information, and they will look at some decentralized metaverses. So Decentraland is my top pick. I was able to buy it under $1. Again, that's why you want the Patreon, because you can get in earlier. But 92 cents was when I started buying it. I averaged up all the way to about $3.40 or $3.50. If you can pick it up under $4.50, I think that's great. Otherwise, I think we will see more and more people come into the metaverse because of the fact that Facebook is going to change their name and they're going to bring more and more people to the metaverse. Engine, I also like Engine. I don't own any, but if you can pick it up on a nice dip, I think it is worth it. And then you can go down the line, right? There are some cryptos that are great down here, but you have to do more research. This I have not looked into as much. I'm really focused on some of the top cryptos and getting them at a good price. But like I said, even Decentraland, I think can go up drastically. I called it a 50x when I bought it. So far it's 5x. I think it can get up to a $100 billion market cap in the next couple of years, especially because I think gaming cryptos will do really well even in the bear market. Then Cardano, the elephant in the room. Cardano has done terribly price-wise over the last couple months, from about $3.10, and it's basically been cut in half. So was this the bottom? I think so. I think $1.47 is the bottom. It has been just decimated recently because people are taking money out and putting it into faster horses. SundaeSwap announced that they are going to have their own DEX on Cardano, and that was weeks and weeks ago. I think it was the beginning of November, and they said they would be done in a few weeks. No real news. Even here, they said the ISO stake operator vote has concluded, and then underneath it, the ISO begins when the DEX launches. It is not live yet. We will be releasing many more updates soon. Please stay tuned. And that was nearly 2 weeks ago. So I really hope that they unveil their DEX and it works smoothly. But right now, Cardano, I think, is a pickup under about 160. I think that it makes a lot of sense. We're back in the same range we were at months ago, right? We saw it dip to about $1.05, $1 really in mid-July. But that was a blessing, and I think 160 is a blessing too, because I really do think we will be above 5 by the end of this bull run. Now, of course, they need to have DeFi. They need to have this DEX set up so that way they can actually lock in some value and create a supply shock on Cardano, because right now people are just selling to go anywhere else, it seems like. But I am not selling at this range. I did pick up some recently. I'm not going all in on any of these, but I think Cardano, you definitely should consider putting some towards. Then Ethereum's burn just consistently burns more and more. Ethereum taking more and more off exchanges. We have nearly $5 billion worth of ETH burned, about 1.05 million. So the net reduction since EIP 1559 has been 68%, just becoming more and more scarce. And we do have Coinbase eventually having their NFT platform. Now this takes a while. I've worked with projects and it takes a while to get a very good, well-working, is that a phrase? Well-working? A very consistently working, good user interface platform. It's difficult. So I think they're taking their time. They're already a multi-billion-dollar company, like tens of billions of dollars, so they want to make sure that this is up to their standard. But they have said that this could be bigger than selling cryptocurrencies on their platform. And you know what they're using? They're going to use Ethereum. So Ethereum is going to be what they use, and it's going to cause more and more of this supply shock. Right now, some of the top burners are OpenSea, and they are only a fraction of the size that looks like Coinbase's NFT platform will be. If they have a layer 2 solution that they have not announced yet, they're probably going to go with Polygon. It seems like everyone's using Polygon, Matic. This is another one you should look at, and this is an honorable mention for here today. It's been beaten down a little bit recently. It went as high as 220 a couple weeks ago, and now it is back down to 177. Picking up some Polygon I think makes sense, because if Coinbase uses any layer 2, it's going to be Polygon. And then one other honorable mention I should include before we get to the Mac Daddy of them all is Chainlink. Chainlink has been beaten down too. It was all the way up at $38 recently, just a few weeks ago. Now it's back down at $25, and it's been higher in the past. So it raised all the way up to $52. So if you think that Cardano's down a lot, well, Chainlink's down even more. Chainlink is an oracle, is the #1 oracle, and everyone, it seems like, uses it. So this is a great blue chip. This is not like a fancy 10x play over the next couple weeks, but this is one that I think will do really well in the long term, and it's one that every portfolio should have, and one, I will say, that I'm kind of hypocritical on because I don't have it. I am really considering buying some here in the mid-20s. I really think it is a good one to hold on to. And then the final crypto, the one that we all love, the one that we want more of, Bitcoin. So Bitcoin's RSI fell down drastically. It was right in this range that we've seen before, right around 35, 37. And the last couple times that we saw it this low was back in late July when we saw it around 30,000. And then again when we saw it here back in late September when it was around 41,000, right before it took off. So both of these times that we saw an RSI this low, it went up pretty drastically. Now, will we see that again? I think so. I think Bitcoin is the one asset that all these institutions want to buy. All the banks are looking at adding to the balance sheet or just allowing their clients to buy it. I think it's such a moneymaker for so many different people that it's just going to continue to be bought up. And it's one of the best inflation hedges in the world, if not the best inflation hedge in the world. MicroStrategy has been buying it. They just bought 7K Bitcoin in the fiscal fourth quarter, and they own one out of every 176 Bitcoin, I believe. They're going to continue to buy. I think a lot of other people are going to continue to buy. The third largest whale out there is buying. We also have El Salvador buying. All it takes is one more publicly traded company to buy some Bitcoin, or another country to accept it as legal tender, or just more of a supply shock that we're seeing now for it to go up drastically. It's funny how quickly everyone's mentality changes, because we were at extreme fear just a few days ago. We're at fear now, but everyone seems to be getting a little bit more greedy now. Bitcoin's come up from 54,000 to 58,000, and Twitter is a completely different world. I think we will see greed in the market here again, and I think a lot of people will be buying Bitcoin, and they'll be buying it over 60,000, over 70, 80,000, 90,000, and over 100,000. Now, of course, I'm not a financial advisor. I can't tell you what to buy, but I can tell you I've been buying Ethereum under 1,000 this year. I've been buying Bitcoin under 30. I've been buying BNB under 300. I've been buying Phantasma at $1. I've been buying Donkey at 50 cents. I have been buying Decentraland under $1. There are a lot of potential coins to buy, and these were some of the best deals I see in the market. Now, of course, I like having some stablecoin on the sidelines. That's why I talk about BlockFi. So if you haven't already checked that out, I would check it out underneath the video. I will include that video on Donkey on the end screen here. So definitely check that out. I'll also let YouTube pick one out for you. So the video that they show here on the bottom is their suggestion for you, what you'll like the most. So definitely check out that video too if you're not interested in Donkey. And there's that link down to Patreon. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. And I will see you in the next video.